Since the starless nights have returned, other myths of old have reemerged. Our mages have discovered that the wells of legend are real, and that they are steadily growing in power. You must contain them before their masters are unleashed upon the world.
Yes, we dare to send only our bravest to the wells of Atios, where normal rules don't apply. Blah, 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 blah. You wish to prove your intelligence to me. You still don't understand. You can't possibly. You've already lost. I've already made hundreds of plans to destroy you. But, very well. Show me what you got. Go, and do bring your essence. Friends. Bring your friends.
Break it up, men, but it's time to change the subject for just about 60 seconds.
Welcome. We are live right here in the Rat Hole. How y'all doing today on this beautiful Saturday? Thank you for joining me. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I was hoping to do a little bit earlier of the day stream and then maybe one later tonight, but that didn't quite work out. That's okay, because I'm here now and so are you, and I appreciate that. We are today playing Kinfire Delve, Scorn's Stockade. Now, if you have been around for the last Legend of the Traveling TARDIS and my last couple of streams, I have actually been playing the same game with different characters and a different plot. We've been playing Callus's Lab, but this time we are, in fact, playing the next one, Scorn's Stockade. I'm looking forward to this. There are 2 new characters involved in this. And let's take a look. I'm just going to bring up the character list here. Meet the Seekers. So we are actually going to be playing Naz, the Orcus strategist. Naz is an Orcus strategist with a skill for command. She has flawless combat instincts and is able to quickly formulate the best plans of attack. Her skills at wind magic gave her the ability to move her teammates around the battlefield at a moment's notice. As an orc, she can sense the changes in the weather as well as an oncoming starless night. Although she comes from a farming family, Naz has the spirit of a fighter and of an adventurer. Naz has green skin dotted with patches of hydrating algae and yellow eyes. Like most orcs, she has a small, sharp tusks growing from the top and bottom of her jaw. She is large in stature and has an imposing physical presence, towering above her fellow Seekers. While she wears spiked armor over her shoulders, she keeps the rest of her attire lightweight and comfortable for her thirsty orcish skin. She wears colors of her family sigil in order to honor them. So that is Naz. That is who we are playing right now. And we're going to just take that away. And we are going to go back to that view. And there we go. Actually, we'll just go and bring this up. So yes, we've got Naz's character cards right here. I really do love the foil. Hey, Jim, thank you for joining us again. I love when you're here. Just for the record, if you're watching over on the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS's X channel, I appreciate their letting me hijack it. But you can join me over on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/TheRatHole, DOTCA. And become part of the conversation. You can put your comments in there. I can see them. I can respond to them just like Jim did. So please swing on by. Give me a subscribe. It really helps out. Yeah. So thank you. As I was saying, we are playing Scorn's Stockade. So I haven't set most of this up yet. Intentionally, so that I could do it kind of on camera. I've obviously pulled some of this stuff out. Whoops. There's the camera view I wanted. So, Scorn, there's just like previous, there's 3 different versions of the character, of the big bad. You can see they have different abilities, different strengths. We're going to randomly select one of these, and I will be not playing the other 2, obviously. We can take a look at them afterwards if we like. So we're going to play with that one. We're going to put that in there. That is the other character. We can play that next time. We will take the dice out. So these, for if you are new, are skill dice. They have a red, blue, and green side. These will give me extra hits whenever I take actions. There's also a light and dark die. When doing skill checks, the light also is a success. The dark is not. And often the big bad and some of the other cards in here may be impacted if you roll a dark. So I'm going to be using those. And because I like it, I love this, how giant and like bulky these boxes are. I'm going to be using the inside of the box lid for a dice tray because I can. There is a life die, D10. It starts at 10. If I was playing a multiplayer game, the combined strength of the entire group would be 10. So whenever any of us lose power, lose life, it affects us all. I will shuffle this up more in a moment. Here we have exhaustion cards. These will come into play when I need new cards. You don't draw by default. You have to make a choice, and you would take one of these, and these are all negative penalties. There's only 5 of them in this particular set. I don't remember how many were in the last one, because I don't think I needed to check. We're just going to set those over here, and those will come into play as needed. There is also these are called gauntlet cards. I'll go through what they each do afterwards, but there's when Scorn first comes out, these will come out, and Scorn cannot be attacked to begin with. You have to defeat one or all of these cards in order to make him vulnerable to different types of actions. Again, these don't come into play till the end, assuming I survive to the end. So again, we will put that over here. I wonder if there is a specific set that they recommend for the beginning. Because there was for the last one. I can only assume that there is for this one. But I'm not going to be too worried about it, as I have played before. Gauntlet. Doesn't look like it. That's okay. That's fine. I don't really need anything extra. So there is a sheet of tokens. I've just continued to keep the tokens from my my last set because why not? They're just tokens. Why punch more than you need to, unless you're really into that sort of thing. Every Seeker character does come with a character card, which has the art, and then on this side has an ability. So Naz of the Wind Strikes is a tactician. At the start of each of your turns, Naz may move 1 progress, from which is what those tokens are for, from any challenge to any other challenge. So that has the potential to be really, really super useful. If I were playing a multiplayer game, this would be even better in conjunction with Valora, who has the ability to put progress tokens on other challenges that she's not attempting. So that could be really cool. And of course, every character has a lantern, and the lantern has to be charged up. It starts face down. When it is charged up, you get a usually extra powerful card that you could take instead of a normal action. Alter Fate's Trick. If completed, attach the challenge card you're attempting to this card. Interesting. Copies of any challenges attached to this card are immediately discarded from play. Interesting. I'm not sure how that would work. I suppose there are challenges that do, if you complete them, do other things. So I'm guessing that would be the case. Not as powerful as some of the things, but that's okay. We don't need power for absolutely everything. My camera just a little bit off. Just a hair. There we go. That looks better. Which one of the games I'm going to play with Mel tomorrow? I have no idea. We've got an entire day of games planned over at the Acme Legion. So I don't know. If Mel pops in and says hello, we can ask. But I'm quite willing to play any of these with her, or all of them with her, or whatever it may be. My instinct is to play either this one or Callus's Lab and leave Vainglory's Grotto to do live here on the show first. But maybe I won't. That kind of depends on what she wants. She has her own channel, her own content that she wants as well. And it's her party, so she can do whatever. This is the Well deck. Again, if you're new here to this game, the goal of the game is to delve down to the bottom of the well. So discarding cards off the top of this is usually... I knew there had to be more of them. Discarding cards off of this are a good thing. So we're going to shuffle this up because I have not yet. Now, Scorn has a different ability than Callus did. Scorn, until you flip him over, does not get a progress tokens on at the beginning of the game. So we don't have to worry about that particular way of losing. But each time you choose not to play an action card on your turn and roll a darkness, you will gain an exhaustion. So as I said, there are those exhaustion cards are never good. They may be varying amounts of bad or not bad, but they are never good. All right, so we're going to click over here. So we're just going to... We will deal out 4 cards here. So Looming Statue. This is a combat card. At the end of each turn, remove 2 progress from this challenge. So you got to beat this quick, or it won't be quick. To do that, I need to have 9 progress, basically damage. As a reward, I will get to remove 4 cards from the deck. If I fail at any point, I take 2 damage. So if I fail, At the end of the turn, 2 of the progress gets removed, making it, potentially harder next turn. And I'm going to take 2 damage. And potentially again, 2 damage after that. So that's 1 up there. Next. Puzzle. Trial of the Heart. If I succeeded this, it's a delve of 7 for a reward. Wow. If failed, discard your hand and attach this card to Scorn. That's worrisome. That's not a mechanic that was being used in the previous game. Scorn's Vaults, a puzzle. If completed, I can either remove a exhaustion or delve 5. And combat, the Parliament. Each time I roll, and this is universal from no matter what, so this is important. Each time you roll a darkness, suffer 1 damage. So yeah, I'm going to need to figure out which of these to address first, which of them to address last, etc., etc. All right, so to start the game, we remove 3 right off the top to start. I set my life at 10. Now, again, depending on your number of players will depend on how many cards you draw. As a solo game, I do 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. Hump. Someday I will have a flat surface in which to play this game. Or just games in general. This is a folding table, and the split is right basically here. So, you can only attempt challenges with the same color card. So these blue cards, which do have a square icon, can only be attempted if it also has a square challenge. So these are actually blue cards. These are dual cards, red and blue. I don't have any green, so this card is worth nothing to me, except potentially to use as a boost, because you ignore everything up here and just go back here. This can only boost, however, a red or a green. So again, I can only boost on those 2. So let's just take a look at what these cards are. Bring it up here. Rush. 3, after this action, draw 1 card, boosts 1. Fist of the Wind. It does 2. If you fail a combat, ignore the penalty. That's actually sometimes very good. Plus 1 if I boost a red. Oh, I've got the wrong thing up here. One moment. We're going to click. There we go. Knockout. 3. Before this action, you may discard a challenge with progress on it. So that's potentially beneficial. Probe. While this card is on top of your discard pile, any played actions gain +1 to their value. So that's kind of cool. And it can boost anything. Now, because this ability is when it's in the discard pile, it doesn't matter if I play the card or if I boost with the card. It's still, as long as it's still on top of your discard pile. Orcish Senses. Before this action, draw 3 cards from the well deck. Discard any traps and return the rest to the deck in any order. Cool. This gives a +1 or +3 versus traps for a boost. So that's kind of good. Tidal Force. Discard at the start of any turn to redistribute progress between cards as you wish. So again, super useful, especially in a group game. Inevitable. Excuse my yawning. It's not that late. Why am I yawning already? My goodness. Inevitable. Does 3 +1 +3 versus combat as boost. Calm Under Fire. 2. You suffer any damage. If you suffer any damage this turn, draw 1 card for each damage you suffer. All right. So that's not too bad. That's an interesting hand. Again, I have not looked at any of these. So I'm coming into this completely blind. I have no idea what's in the well deck. I have no idea what's in the in my own deck. So let's take a look-see here. So Parliament is the one we wanted to take out first. Establish that, because that's an ability that will hurt no matter what. I only have a couple of things that I can use that with. I have Tidal Force, which is potentially useful, but not so much at the very beginning of the game. Probe. While this card is on the top of your discard pile, any played actions gain +1 to their value. So that's good. If you suffer any damage this turn, draw 1 card for each damage you suffer. Not terrible. Do I want to take damage to get more cards? Not really. Inevitable is probably the best one to start with, though, because it does do 3. But then I can also boost with it, and it's also worth 3. So which do I want to do? We'll just use Tidal Force. So that's going to do 2 progress against this 8. I can only now in a group game you could only boost another player, but this is a solo game, so you can boost yourself. So I will boost that with +3 for combat, so we're at 5. So I need to get another 3 to beat this clear. I don't have anything that boosts that much, but I can use. I'm going to use Calm Under Fire. No, that's a bad plan. That's a bad plan. I should have used that instead of Tidal. That's okay. Want that? Yeah, I'll just do Probe. So that's a 1, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm playing actions is optional. Rolling the dice is not. So now I rolled any skill dice that I get that are blue. So 1 counts as a success. Any lights counts as a success. That takes me to 8. So I have successfully defeated the Parliament. These go away. These go away. I have to remember that I do have a bonus there. The victory prize for this is delving 4 cards. You can see there. So we go 1, 2. This is messed up compared to last time. 2, 3, and 4. This I keep as a trophy, for lack of a better term. So let's put that up there. And then, again, I don't draw by default, but this has to get replaced. The obelisks. It is an obstacle. If there are 2 other copies of obelisks in play, lose the game. So that's not great. As a victory, I get to charge my lantern if I succeed. If I fail, it does I retreat 1. So I take a card from my discard and put it back on the deck. So what have I got here? This lets me draw cards. It's a good one to start. And I'm likely to take damage if I attempt this. So if I do that as a starting one, that would do 2. It's a puzzle, so I don't get any bonuses there. But it is the only thing I can boost with. So the most I can do here would be a total of 3 damage plus whatever dice I roll, if that's what I want to do. This is a 9. This is a 9. This is a 7. I still can't necessarily hit that, and this is a bad one to fail on. The most I could do would be I could do 3, 4, 5, which is closer to that, but I think I want to wait a turn before I do that. So I'm going to go ahead, take Scorn's Vault. I'm going to do 2 damage plus 1, so 3 damage. I have no way that I'm going to win this, no matter what I roll. However, I still get another 2 successes. So that is 2, 4, 5 out of 9. Now I take 2 damage because I failed. So that comes down to 8. I didn't get to that. If I suffered any loss, I get to draw a card for each. I took 2 damage. I get to draw 2 of my cards. Duel of Honor, not very useful. And Leadership. After this action, if it was boosted, I can either get rid of an exhaustion or charge my lantern. It's +3 as a boost, so that's pretty good. Duel of Honor is a good one on its first hit, but kind of useless otherwise. I forgot about Probe, so they've actually done another 2 damage here. Still not enough, mind you, but I did do extra damage because I forgot that those values are +1. Nope, only the action part, not the boost. I did 1 extra damage. So, just a reminder again, if you were watching over in the Traveling TARDIS's X page, come over to my YouTube, The Rat Hole, DOTCA, and join in. You can join in the conversation like Jim has been. Give me a subscribe, because I can certainly always use that. We are playing Kinfire Delve, Scorn's Stockade. So these go away. Now, again, this is not terribly useful. This is not terribly useful other than as a boost that does nothing. So knockout. Delving 5 is good. I kind of want to keep that. And that's reasonable to get. Before this action, I could discard a challenge with any progress on it. I don't have any of those yet, so I can do 3 damage there. 6, 7. So, my question is, I can do 7 damage straight up, which is enough to kill that. And that's what I'm going to do. Nope. I can't do that. I can boost with a red. I can't actually play that. So, but I can play my Fist of the Wind, which is okay. If I fail combat, I can ignore the penalties. So because this is a pretty awful penalty, I can avoid that. But that's going to do 2 damage, 5 damage from Leadership, 6 damage for boosting with the Rush. So now I only need to do 1 success when I roll my dice. And I got 2 successes. Nope, it's red. I got 1 success. That's exactly what I needed. So that was almost really bad. So again, I have defeated this. As a reward, I get to delve 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't care. 5, 6, 7. So that's great. These go away. This goes away. And I get a new card. Combat, Empty Priest. If failed, fail all other copies of Empty Priest in play. For every card you cannot discard, suffer 3 damage. Oh no. Again, not a big deal right now, but that's not good. That's a lot of damage if you can't discard cards, especially if there was multiples of them. But that isn't interesting because both Empty Priest and Obelisks are, if you've got multiples of either of those, they do different things. So that's interesting. Now, here's where I have to make decisions. I have, at the start of each of my turns, I can move 1 progress from any challenge to any other challenge. And I can use a knockout to discard a challenge with progress on it. I feel like the best answer to that is going to be, let's get rid of this priest. So if I go, but the only difference is this will only give, I can only do 3 damage out of 9 on that guy. And it will fail. So what I'll do is I will actually go through, put that on there with my ability. I will play knockout, but before the action, I can discard a challenge with progress on it. So I will just simply discard this guy. I get nothing for that. And a new card comes out. Ooh, 1 other copy of the Obelisk. So if there's 2 other copies of the Obelisks in play, I lose the game. That's really awkward because I only have 1 card in my hand that I can't use. I need to now exhaust myself. So that's what I will do. I will discard that. I will draw an exhaustion. Estranged. If Haunted and Guilt-Ridden are also in play, lose the game. They're not. If Valora plays Noble Education and fails a challenge, lose the game. Well, it's not a multiplayer game, so that second part is not a problem. We will just drop that down here so I remember that it exists. Hopefully, because I'm bad at remembering things exist. And I draw a new 8 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next time I draw cards, I'm going to have to shuffle my pile, which is fine. What have I got? Quick thinking. If I fail a puzzle, ignore the penalty, which would be this one here. That's a good. And it's +3 against a puzzle if I use it as a boost. So that's good, because I need to do 5 on this in total to get it out of the way. Shattering Blow does 5. Before this action, discard 1 card. If you cannot discard this action instead of resolving it. Not great. That is a boost of 2, which is not bad. Surround, +2 if this action is boosted. So that's good. Tough as Nails. Ignore any damage you suffer this turn. Intimidate. Don't roll this turn. Add 1 progress to every challenge, and then delve 2 for every challenge you complete. So in theory, you could complete multiple things here and get extra benefit from that. Warrior's Instinct. Before attempting a combat, the only combat right now is the Empty Priest, I can draw 2 cards. Wind Mastery. After this action, you may return this card to your hand by discarding any other card. Dauntless. Discard if you would be reduced to 0 life and be reduced to 1 instead. Then draw a card. And we're back at quick thinking. So, I have to make decisions. This is dangerous, having 2 of those. Because if I defeat this and that is an obelisk, I'm foobarred. So I'm going to want to use, Surround probably to take on that. That's a 2, and it's +2 if I also boost it. I can boost it with Intimidate, which is +2. So this is 2, 4, 6. That's enough. I still have to roll. It doesn't impact anything here. Because I have played an action card every turn. Oh yeah, 3 more successes. Easily defeated. I get to charge my lantern, which I don't terribly care about, but... These go over here. Whoops. Almost goes there. Next card. Obstacle, Harmony's Plaza. If failed, suffer 3 damage for every combat in play. That's on top of the 1 that it already has. Well then, let's see what we can do. Quick thinking. If I fail a puzzle, ignore the penalties. This is a good one to play against that, as it is the only puzzle I have. Or it's +3 if I use it as a boost. So those are my 2 options there. Wind Mastery. After this action, you may return a card to your hand by discarding any other card. Or return this card, sorry. So I can risk that 2 damage, do 2, so 5. So 5 damage instead of 3. That's definitely the better way to do that. Because that also takes me up to 9 and is guaranteed a win. This is dangerous because I can't do much with this. This is not ideal. All right, that's okay though. We've done 9 on this sucker. I've gotten no successes, which is fine. Again, I've straight up beaten it. So now I can get rid of this this exhaustion down here as my reward, or I can delve. Now, I don't care. That's not doing me any damage, so I'm going to go ahead and delve 5, because that's also quite a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, we've had some big ones. This is almost halfway through the well deck. And I've only won 4. So that's really very good. These get discarded, and a new card comes into play. Combat. Bound Prisoner. If there's an excess progress on this challenge when completed, attach this card to Scorn after completing it. So, that's interesting, because I mentioned this last night when I was playing Valora, is that Valora has a lot of ways to avoid going over, to really, really dial in how much damage is or is not done. And Valora's been actively mentioned once here, so that is really neat that that's a thing that exists between sets. So, now, if I do Harmony's Plaza and fail, it will now do 1, 4, 7 damage to me. It will almost kill me in one shot. What have I got here? I've got a 5. I've got a +2. If I want to go that way. These are only +1s. So if I did... draw 2 cards if I attack with that. Which would be 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could do 6. If I attack with that, which then lets me draw with 2 more cards. Which is good, because otherwise I have to exhaust myself next turn. And I would have to discard this card, or whatever card, if I use Shattering Blow. So I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to go Warrior's Instinct for 3, 4, 5, 6. I actually draw before those. So hold on. It is before I do the combat, so it's before I boost any of those. We'll shuffle these up. Draw that. One, 2. See if there's anything I want to do instead. Nope, I'm going to hang on to those. I'm fine with that. So I have done 3, 4, 5, 6. I only want one success. So fingers crossed I don't roll well. 2 successes. So if there's an excessive progress on this challenge when it's completed, there is. Attach this card to Scorn after completing it. Not great. I don't know what that's going to do, but it's going to do something bad. I do get to delve 3. 1, 2, 3. These go away. That goes away. But gets attached to Scorn. And a new card comes into play. Trap! Shattered Scepter. If failed, discard this challenge. If completed, set this challenge aside. If Broken Crown and Vacant Throne have been completed, I win. So that's potentially good. I can't look at the discard. So for all I know, those 2 cards are already long gone. But let's see. I have to do it in one shot. I cannot do it with these current cards. That's just not an option. I have to do a combat. I don't have stuff on this? No, or is it just... Well, that's weird. The card was straight up like had a schmutz on it. Nothing with world, but what? Kind of weird. All right. All right. So options. I do have a blue. I can use this as a combat because this is red or blue. So I can do that, or I can do that. Either is good. Probably best to get rid of it before I do that. Especially since that has no issue. I also forgot I had my altar available to me because I can play that against anything. That wouldn't be a bad thing. I could use my altar for 5. Boost that, which would take me to 6. I don't have to discard a card if I lose, which I'm basically at that point anyway, where I kind of almost need to. So sure, we're going to use my altar. That does 5. We will boost for 6. Or I can boost for 8 to pick it up to 8, which is just an automatic win. Guarantees. It is the only combat I have in play right now. So, I mean, there's no reason not to. Really. other than it is the only blue card that I have. But I then can do 4 worth of damage on this. Let's keep that. We will do... So that does 6. And we roll. If I fail, it's not the end of the world. And it can move things around. I did not, in fact, fail. I succeeded wildly. So these go away. I get to delve 2. 1, 2. Event, the Master Key. Keep this card. Attach it to Scorn instead of interacting with a well card on your turn to complete all of the challenges with Vaults, Lock, Oubliette, Prisoner, Shackles, Pillory, or Mask in their title. Well, that's wild. That is, for the record, nothing that I have out there. Okay. Interesting. Puzzle, Trial of the Heart. If failed, discard your hand and attach this core to Scorn. So we've had that one before. So my options, none of these are a combat, so this bonus is not great. I can attack for 3 and boost for 1, so I can do 4 damage to something. I could do it on this, but I really don't want to because I want to succeed at that for a variety of reasons. I don't have any combat in play, so that's a good time. It's probably a good time to go for that. So this would give me a 3 and a 4. I need to do 3 more damage. Whoo! Look at that. 3 successes. So I've succeeded in that, which is great. I get to delve 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Tasty cake! Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here, Tom. Thanks for joining in. We are, so since if you haven't been watching, Tom, and anyone else who may be watching now, we are playing Kinfire Delve, Scorn's Stockade. Go for the obelisk. Well, too late. And honestly, that was a good option as well, because I could get rid of that before. Oh, my altar. Because I didn't have any other combats in, so that was a good time to get rid of that. And I could have theoretically done it, but I think I took the right choice, Jim. I appreciate that. Keep those comments coming though. If you guys want to see me do something. Combat, see, so this is a good thing. That would have given me potentially extra damage if I failed that. Bound Prisoner. If there is an excess of progress on this challenge when completed, attach this card to Scorn after completing it. So we've had that before, just a different version of it. I have no cards, so I have to take it a thing, an exhaustion. If Regretful and Traumatized are also in play, lose the game. If Asha discards Asha's dagger, lose the game. So Asha is one of the characters in Vainglory's Grotto, so I really don't have to worry about that. But this is definitely interesting as far as a multiplayer. Also does nothing. Estranged needs Haunted and Guilt-Ridden. Discarded requires Regretful and Traumatized. So I'm good. Really, I am. There's nothing there that's doing me any lasting harm, and I've got at least 2 more exhaustions before I have any risk, which is kind of neat. But having done that, I now draw 8 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see what we've got. Quick Thinking, which is +3 against puzzles. That is a puzzle. So that's a good one to boost with. This one is good against traps. And interestingly enough, I can discard any trap. If I draw the top 3 cards here and any of them are traps, I actually discard them, which is ups and downs for that. If I fail combat, Duel of Honor, not great. Tidal Force, discard at the start of any turn to redistribute progress between cards. I haven't done. I've been hitting everything. I haven't left a lot. Leadership is a +3. So, I mean, that would give me a +6 against a puzzle. So that's not bad. Intimidate. Don't roll this turn. Add 1 progress to every challenge, then delve for every challenge you complete. So this is a good way to not go over with that bound prisoner. You'll just think of that. But that's a 0 to start, right? +3 versus traps. Fail a combat. Actions get a bonus. So not a bad thing. 0, that would give me +3. I don't really want to do that yet. I think what I'm going to do is first I'm going to probe. So I'm not going to do any of those. I'm going to probe, which does 2. It's going to suck a little bit, but it'll be better in the long run. Probe, I'll do 2 damage to that. 1, 2. I'm not going to boost it. This is going on top of my discard pile. I retreat 1 card. Now, I can now move things using my ability. So let's just look at what these options are. Again, because now, this turn, my actions are +1. So, that would be a 5. Trap. It's not enough to do anything with, but it would keep me from rolling. So this is 0. So that's 3, 4. Five. 4. So that's a good, decently good option. But it still only takes me to 7. So he does 1 damage if I fail. I would really wish I had a +2. So I'm not going to go for that yet. What I'm going to do is... Oh, wait. 1, 2, 5. No. If I don't do that, let's hang on to that. 5 damage to it. 6 damage to it. Three, 5, and I don't roll. 3, 6. Curses. I really want. I'm like 1 out. I actually screwed things up. Because that gives me a 3. That gives me 5, and I don't roll, which leaves me too short. This gives me a +3, so this gives me 6, and I'm short 1, but I still have to roll. I think that's what I have to do. Like, that's just the way I make that happen. But also, I can move one of these over, or 2 of these over. So that's the other way I can. That's right. I forgot about that for a second because I haven't done that yet. So that would give me 0, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, that also doesn't work. Nope, that just doesn't work. I basically just have to go for the 6 and hope I only get 1 success. That's kind of it. Yeah, that's basically just it. 3, 6. 3, 4, 5. No, 0, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, I still have to roll. Alternately, I could do. Yeah, I can do 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I don't have a 2. Yeah, I just don't have the right combination. I forgot what your character ability is. My character ability is at the start of each of my turns, which is right now, just for the record. I can move 1 progress from any challenge to any other challenge. So I can move a progress onto him. I can also discard my tidal force to move both of them over to him. So if I go for something else, I can do. If I attack the obelisk, for example, I can do that. That's fine. And then move, because I can't fail either. I don't want to fail either of those. If I have to, this would be the one to fail. I'm really tempted at this point in the game to just let myself fail it. Except it's the only card that I could do that. It would just get rid of it, but that won't do anything. Yeah, if I just use my quick thinking, I can attack that for another 2. Don't do anything. And that will give me 4 on that and much more ability to take this out later. So that's what I'm going to do. I will attack this one again for... I have to take a damage. I didn't last turn, so I actually take 2 damage. So from 8, I'm down to 6. Which is not good. That's risky is what that is. And now I can use Intimidate. So if I discard my tidal force and move all 4 of these over to Bound Prisoner. 4. And then I play that for 0. And then that for 3 takes me to 7 exactly. I don't roll, so I don't have to worry about that. And I add 1 progress to every challenge. Oh, wait. So if I do that, I need to not move one of these, because this is a challenge. That's the way to do that. So, yes, I'm rewinding, which is sort of cheating. Whatever. I'm just learning these cards, so that makes sense. Okay, so 3. Don't roll this turn. Cool. Add 1 progress to every challenge. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I also do 3 over here. 1, 2, 3. So I get to delve 5 for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy goes away, which is good. These all go away. That goes away. And I haven't failed that, so that's good. There's my second obelisk. So I don't know how many are in here. I should probably take it out, though, because, again, I mean, there's not that much more, but 3 of those will lose me the game. It is an obstacle, not a trap. This can't be boosted, which makes it useless there. Fist of the Wind gives 2, and that gives me 5, 6, 7. I can only do a maximum of 7 to that. I can do 4 plus 1, 5 to do that. I can do 3, and that's it. I don't want to get rid of that. I don't want to do that. I might just give up on this, to be honest. So if I move 1 over, yeah, we'll use my ability, move 1 over, use Orcish Senses. Before this action, I can look at the top 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. None of them are a trap, so they don't get discarded. Return the rest in any order. So, I actually do want the Watchtower on top. That's ugly. That's all other challenges have +2 difficulty. Yuck. But I can do some damage. Oh, yeah, I can use that and ignore the... Okay, cool. No, I have a plan. That's not a great plan, but I have a plan. All right, there we go. So this is gone, though. So I do get to charge my lantern. That goes over here. That goes over here. Watchtower. Now, here we go. Fist of the Wind does 2 damage. Oh, hold on. I still have to roll. There's nothing that would have made it relevant, but yeah. So I actually got 3 successes. That was a lot of baloney. But we're going to hit Fist of the Wind, which does 2. And if I fail a combat, which I'm about to do, I ignore the penalty. Cool. And I only rolled 3 of them. So I get 1 extra success, so I've got 3 on there. I don't take a penalty. I'm going to take a penalty on this one. But I'm going to do another 4 damage, which would take me to 7. And I could move this to make it 8 if I want, but that's not relevant. So I will just take the 1 damage. So I'm down to 5, which is not great. I have to take an exhaustion. Haunted. If Haunted and Guilt-Ridden are also in play, lose the game. So that's not great. If Estranged and Guilt-Ridden are also in play, lose the game. I have Estranged, so I'm just going to go ahead. If Core ever charges his Lantern, lose the game. Again, Core is in the next set. So we're just going to put that down there underneath that one. So I realize that that's 2 out of 3. I then get to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. Shuffle these up for another 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what we got. Calm Under Fire. If I suffer any damage, I can draw cards. Cool. I do have my 5 down here. I keep forgetting I have that there. Rush, draw a card. It's not a bad thing. Wind Mastery. Surround. Fist of the Wind. Warrior's Instinct. Tidal Force. Knockout. Okay. So I'll use my ability to put another one. I'm going to put it over here, because I think I'm just going to give up on that. I need to start hitting that. Do 3 damage. I roll, which is less relevant. Also, these are all more powerful until I get rid of that. So 2 successes. Again, so less relevant, but either way. Delve 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the Silent Judge. If failed, attach the top card of the well deck to Scorn. Yeah. I'm going to move this. None of this is good. None of this is good. That's a puzzle. Do I have anything that's bonus against puzzle? No, I do not. That's a combat. I'll move it on to him because that's dangerous. Super dangerous. Or I assume it's super dangerous. I don't actually know the answer to that. So I don't know what attaching these cards to Scorn is going to do. 5. If I suffer any damage, combat. That's not a combat. Where's my useless card when I want them? Oy. That's a 4 if I boost it. 5. Most I can do is 5. Cool. Don't want to use that yet. All right. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to probably do that and fail, which I'm fine with. But also going to take that out and fail. I've got that as a 5. Six. Oh, that's backwards. I need to not. Yeah, it's not terribly useful, any of these. Yeah, I hate this a lot. I'm gonna put it on that. Do my 2 damage. Delve back 1, or use my ability to move that. Do another 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. There we go. That's my plan. All right, so I'm going to do another 2. Unfortunately, it does mean I have to rewind 1 again. It does 2 more. I'm just going to put this on. I will discard my Tidal Force to redistribute progress between all the cards as I see fit. So that takes us to 6. I'm going to use my altar. I haven't been rolling, which might give me a little bit more. Gives me 2 more on that, which still would have only been 5, but there we go. So if I can still do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leave 3 on that. Do altar for 5. That defeats it. Roll 6, 7. So again, well defeated. Delve 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is, useful. Not as good as if I just killed him outright, but Trap. Icy Shackles. Actions may be boosted with 1 less card. So again, I'm down to 4 cards. I need to do 4 damage on that guy. 3, 6, 2, 3. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to hang on to these. I'm going to use my Fist of the Wind for 2. If I fail this combat, I ignore the penalty. So we're up to 5. Up that for 1 more. So we're up to 6. So I need 1 success, which I got. So there we go. That is gone. Thank goodness. That lets me delve 7, which might just end this. 1, 2. Yes, it does. All right. So yeah, that was useless. So at this point, we've moved into the next stage of the game. I could not draw any more delve cards, which is at the bottom of the well. Cool. I now bring out the gauntlet cards, and I flip this card over. So we'll see what this does. 3 strikes. If failed 3 times, lose the game. Oi. That's not good. And it's a 25. The cards that are attached to it don't seem to make a difference. Let's see. But again, that's striking him. That's not these. Reprisal needs 9 progress. Each time you put 1 or more progress on this challenge, suffer 1 damage. Oh. Justice. This challenge has +3 difficulty per face down challenge in play. So it's starting at 18. The Witness combat. If you complete or discard this, it's just 10. It doesn't do anything cool. There's not even a failure on it. Implacable. Whenever a darkness is rolled, every seeker must discard one card at random. If you complete this, flip it. So this is kind of the first one we need to take care of. Period. It is a combat, so that's cool. This I have to boost if I do it. But also I don't have anything that can boost that just yet. So we're going to use this before attempting the combat. I will draw 2 cards. 1, 2. That's helpful here, but not so much there. And I will take damage from him if I have failed, or when I have failed, as the case may be. So we can do, that's 3, 6, 7. So we can do 7. If I do that, I can do 4, 7, 8 if I do that. So yeah, we're going to go ahead. We're going to do that. We're going to take 8. It won't kill it no matter what, but at least it's a good start. 1 more success. So I've done 9 damage to it. But it's at 18. Actually, I'm going to pull these other dice around here. That is something I noticed with this game, is it is really beneficial if it has an extra set of dice, or if you have an extra set of dice kicking around, because sometimes things get bonuses, and that's a pain to sometimes track. These go away. So 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. 9. Yep. Okay, good. So we've done that. Now, I only have 1. Oh, shoot. I just cheated. I'm going to leave it because I don't remember what it was I drew. I used this and then didn't do it. So I'm not going to draw my cards. I'm just going to take this on that. Do the 3 damage. I will not draw those cards again. Failure does nothing, so that's fine. I do have to take another. So this is where things are actually going to be dangerous. Regretful. If discarded and traumatized are also in play, lose the game. I do have discarded. So there are. I cannot draw one of these. If either one of these will lose me the game. Period. So I need to get rid of some of these now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do I have anything that lets me do that just before I even touch anything? Not in this. Shoot, not in this set. But hopefully I can draw something in, because there are a couple of cards that let me do that. So what have we got here? Shattering Blow. Ignoring damage this turn. That's a good one to do on this. That's a really good one to do on this. Trap. None of them are a trap. Irrelevant. Not good yet. Well, I mean, I could just do it. Oh, I need to roll. Sorry, I do need to roll for that. I'm moving too quickly. No successes, so irrelevant, but still. I can use Intimidate at a 0. Add the Delve is irrelevant, but I can add 1 progress to all of those, which I think is the best way to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and play Intimidate there because it does nothing if I lose when I lose. I add 1 progress to every challenge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I still have my ability, so I kind of have to decide what am I going to go for. I think I screwed, and I have to discard a card at random. I forgot from his last turn. I forgot about that ability. Shoot, this is not good, people. I have to discard my Duel of Honor. Actually, a useful card for the one time it's useful. All right. I'm going to move 1 off of this to... No, I'm going to move 1 off of this to him. If I fail a puzzle, none of these are a puzzle. They're all combat. Irrelevant. Irrelevant. I didn't think I need to do this. So if I do... Two, 5, 7. Short answer is I lose this game. I'm going to play out the next 2, but I lose. Let's just see if I can at least beat that. I just don't have the correct card. There, I have to discard a card at random. I got 0 successes. I have to discard my Dauntless. But I have done 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will move 1 of them over to here using my ability. I can 6, 7. I'll do that, which gives me +3, which is enough to kill it. Vulnerable. Each time a challenge inflicts damage, inflicts extra damage. So even the victory part is terrifying. Quick thinking. I'll do another 2 damage here. Plus I roll. I have to discard a card. I can't discard a card. This is also down to 15. Anything. So that does... I don't have to worry about that. I do now have to take one of these. So let's see which one of them kills me. I'm just going to zoom in because, I can. So those are my 2 sets. Which one of these is this going to complete? Traumatized. If regretful and discarded are in play, lose the game. There we go. So I have lost. Well, that was, I mean, it's a boss fight. Bosses are tough. That was less than ideal, I will say. That was less than ideal. Yeah, that's about it. but I still enjoyed it. Like, I really legitimately am still liking this game. I can see where this set, to answer your earlier question, Jim, I might try to play this specifically with Mel because it does have so many things that intertwine with the other characters. And it won't be just Mel that's there. So yeah, there's a very good chance that I'll play this. I don't believe we're going to be streaming it unless I'm the only one who shows up, which is it's possible. I've had that happen before. Maybe we'll stream it, but I don't expect that we're going to stream it. But yeah, that's going to be the interesting thing with this. So what I'm going to do, let's no power mode. Yeah. No, I really enjoy this. So if you are not Jim, if you're watching over on the Traveling TARDIS X page, or you're watching anywhere else and have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Here's my YouTube channel, youtube.com/TheRatHole, DOTCA. I might play the other character tonight. It is distinctly possible. I feel like that's a good idea to do if I am going to take and play this tomorrow. Yeah. I might. So please hit that bell. I don't ask that very often, but hit the bell so you get notified whenever it is I get around to doing this. Let's just pop over here real quick. I keep forgetting to try to do a raid on the Twitches. Not that I have anyone watching on the Twitches right now. I have somebody. I think it's Tom that's still there. So if I go in, let's just see who's doing stuff here. Do I have anyone live? No, I do not. So I have no one who I care about specifically live. Let's just see if there's anyone I want to hype up. Oh, it's a shame that I keep never getting a chance to raid Mackenzie Floor because she's wonderful. They're doing a D&D thing over there. Nothing that I can quickly do. Don't care. At least I remembered to actually do it at least this time. So thank you guys very much for joining in today. I'm gonna go away. Say what? Oh no, sorry. Somebody is watching on Twitch. I have no idea who it is. Thank you, whoever it is. But I can't see who that is beyond that. But I have no one that I am following that is currently worth raiding. Let me rephrase, that is active at all to be able to raid. Now that I figured out how you can do that and remember to do it, of course. No, you're right, Jamie. This was a good game. I really do enjoy it. This has been Kinfire Delve, Scorn's Stockade. Playing with Naz the Wind Strikes. We do have the other character here. We have Thane Longstride. So I may, like I said, there's a very good chance. Look at that, I'm rocking out. I'm very likely. It's only 6:30 here, so I'll go. I will see what my universe is doing right now, and decide. But you may see me back here in the next, I don't know, hour, 90 minutes. We'll decide. For now, though, we're going to go ahead. We're going to scroll up here. We're going to put this on right here. Might as well take that banner off and say thank you very much again for joining me. And we will see you again soon. Until then, good gaming and goodbye.